This is a CNN Election 2000 special presentation.
Good evening. Welcome to CNN's 2000 election night coverage. The 2000 election will be the first to not include Bill Clinton since 1988. In his tenure, Clinton has increased free trade and gun control, but angered the liberal wing of his party with his centrist positions on many social and economic issues. However, he leaves office with strong approval ratings in the low 60% range, having balanced the federal budget for the first time in over 30 years. Now, his vice president, Al Gore, makes his first run for the presidency, facing off against Governor of Texas, George Bush. It's been a back-and-forth campaign, but tonight is the night that we find out the winner.
We will win tonight. We will prevail. Nothing can convince me otherwise.
We will win tonight. There is nothing that convinces me otherwise. We will prevail.
At this point, we're going to go down to Al Gore's HQ in Nashville and hear what some of his voters have to say about his candidacy and the night so far.
Today I'm here with Margaret Wells from California, and she's very supportive of the environment. My question today is, why do you decide to vote for Al Gore?
Personally, I love the environment. We need to switch from oil to renewable energy. I know that the Green Party and Ralph Nader are further to the left than Gore. We need to get the evil George Bush out of the presidency to save the social programs.
It's 7:48 p.m. We already have breaking news out of the Sunshine State. Florida and its 25 critical electoral votes will be headed to Al Gore. Florida is a state that the George Bush campaign has been expecting to win all along, considering the state's Bush-friendly tilt. Bush's brother Jeb is the governor. Now, Bush needs to compete in big Midwestern prizes like Michigan and Pennsylvania to rebuild his path to the presidency. 8 p.m. and we have polls closing across the eastern seaboard. The biggest stunner at this hour is that we are already prepared to call Michigan for Al Gore. George Bush's path to victory is now looking very slim unless he can pull off a major upset in a Democratic-leaning state such as Oregon. We're now going to head down to our field reporter to discuss with some of Bush's supporters at his HQ in Austin.
Hello everyone, today I'm here with a George Bush supporter from Shelby County, Alabama, which is a very red territory.
Hi, I think that George Bush is a really smart man who will look out for the United States, and I also know that he believes in tax cuts, and I think that Al Gore is just kind of a bad man.
Missouri and opinions about Al Gore and Bush and everyone for the election will find out who wins.
It's now 9 o'clock and we have more polls closing in the Midwest and the Great Plains. You might have heard that around 10 minutes ago, we called Pennsylvania for Al Gore. However, shortly afterwards, George Bush took big wins in Ohio and Arkansas, along with embarrassing Al Gore by winning Gore's home state of Tennessee. However, with big Democratic wins in West Coast states like California and Washington coming, Bush still needs a big surprise to carry the election.
Getting word that the Gore campaign is feeling very confident after Florida has gone in their direction. It was a state Bush was counting on, and without it, there will be a big buzz at the Gore HQ.
It's 9:55 p.m. and we now have a huge revelation coming to you from Florida. Our decision desk has seen the panhandle votes coming in and the state shifting back towards George Bush. As such, it has been moved back into our too close to call column. 25 pivotal electoral votes now back to hanging in the balance in the Sunshine State.
This shocking development now puts this race much more into question. This is the first time in a case of this respect had ever happened. I'm sure in the coming days, many people will start to question what will happen next.
I'm going to have to interrupt you for a minute there. I've just received a call. It's the call we've been waiting for. George Bush has carried the state of Florida and will become the 43rd president of the United States.
I have to do it. Hey Siri, call George Bush. Hey George, it's me, Al. You know what? You had a good fight. It's been a good campaign, but I concede you have beat me.
It's over. I won.
With new updates, we just found out that Gore had congratulated Bush on winning the election. I expect some legal action in the coming days to certify the election.
Albert, I know you conceded, but the networks have taken back their call of Florida for Bush.
Mr. President, have you been taking your meds?
I think that you should call George back right now and retract your concession.
You know what? It's worth a shot.
Is that Al Gore calling me? What could he be saying? Hey George, I'm just letting you know that I'm retracting my concession. With Florida as close as it is, I demand a recount. I will not concede. You mean to tell me, Mr. Vice President, you retract your concession? You know what, Albert? You're gonna lose anyways. You don't have to be snippy about it. And let me explain something to you. Your younger brother is not the ultimate authority on this.
It's been nearly a month since the last ballots were supposed to have been counted, but the election is still not decided. Now, the Florida Supreme Court has narrowly chosen to order a recount of undervotes, or ballots that do not express a clear choice for president. They've also decided to ratify previously uncertified ballots in heavily blue Palm Beach and Miami-Dade counties, putting Bush's very narrow victory in the state into severe danger. Now, the United States Supreme Court is going to decide whether the Florida recount that may change Bush's victory can continue.
The court has determined that the recount is being conducted unfairly, as uniform standards are not being applied to all ballots. Furthermore, we find that time has run out for a recount to take place. As such, it is the order of the court that the Florida recount be stopped and the results be certified as they stand. There you have it, folks. The Supreme Court has ruled in favor of George Bush making him the 43rd President of the United States. What a race.
Congratulations, President-elect Bush. It's good that all of the chaos that this election has caused is over. Hopefully the disruption doesn't cause any major national security lapses with severe consequences in the next year or so. That would really be a bad thing. At long last, our CNN election night coverage is finally concluded. Thank you for following along with us on this journey, and have a good night.